back with another video, and as you can see, I have my Nintendo 64 collection in front of me. So we're just going to jump through the games that I have in here and see what I have so far. As you can see on the top here, we have Blast Corps. And I did not put a label on this one yet because I think it's kind of yellowed. So I wanted to try and get this brightened up a bit before I put one of my end labels on it. And then we also have Tonic Trouble here. And this one I did not put a label on it yet. Must have been one of my more recent pickups, but I do have a label for this one. So Tonic Trouble here. I had never played this growing up, so something fun to add to the collection and give it a go. Alright, let's dive into this tub of games here. So, in the front here we have Aiden Chronicles, the First Mage. And I did not play this growing up, but I did play it when I acquired it several years back, and gosh, it is really hard to get into it. I find when I was playing through it, I was having trouble trying to figure out where to go, just because, you know, the lay of the land and the 3D graphics was a little terrible, so it kind of blended in with each other as far as the background and the ground, and it made it difficult to kind of go through the game a bit, but which is unfortunate because it's a decent RPG as far as mechanics go. And we have Banjo-Kazooie, and of course I have also Banjo-Tooie. Games I did not play growing up. Well, I did play them, but I did not own them, so, you know, just trading games with friends and playing them, and I never actually finished either one of these games, so that might be something to pop on the channel and give it a little challenge to play through them. By the way, if there are any games here that you want me to do a let's play of or show gameplay, let me know. Clay Fighter 63 and a third, which is, you know, a fighting game. Didn't get too much into that one. And probably one of my favorite racing series, Cruisin', Exotica, Cruisin' World, and also Cruisin' USA. We owned Cruising World growing up, so these other two I acquired later on, but I've played Cruisin' Exotica in the arcades before, you know, in the nice sit down in the giant arcade with the steering wheel, having fun. That was loads of fun. But I loved playing these games, played them with my brother a whole bunch, and these are really fun racing games. I still enjoy them to this day. And another fun one I played with my brother is Destruction Derby, because, you know, why not bash your cars into each other and see who survives, because, you know, nothing says sibling rivalry or, you know, getting close to your siblings than destroying each other's car. And another racing game, Diddy Kong Racing, one I had growing up. I loved playing this, really fun to play. Arguably my most favorite. I did enjoy it more than Mario Kart. I know. Opinion, everybody's gonna be mad, but I really do love Diddy Kong Racing a lot. Donkey Kong 64, another one that I did not have growing up, and that is because this required the expansion pack on the N64, and I did not have that growing up, so from what I remember, this does not run. So I picked it up in my adult years, and I can't wait to actually get through this because I have not finished it, so probably something else to go through. Excitebike 64. Something I had played on the NES, so I figured, hey, why not? Let's grab the 64 version of it and just, you know, give it a go. Motorcycle racing. Pretty fun. F-Zero X, another one of my favorite racing games. I played a ton of it on the Super Nintendo. I did not have this on the N64 in my teenage years, but F-Zero is definitely a series that I love. Really fun to play. I enjoy them a lot. Alright, moving over to the other side here. Glover, one I did not have growing up. I did borrow this from a friend, but I never actually completed this game. So, yeah, not too much to say about that one. Oh, here is a everybody favorite. the iconic, if I can get it out of this case, GoldenEye 007. Did not beat this. I was terrible at these type of shooting games with controllers. I'm not very good at it. I'm much better at playing first-person shooters on PC. It's a little easier with the mouse and a keyboard, in my opinion, but I might have to go through this and just play it for nostalgia, because I did do my very best to play through this, but never did quite beat it. And we have Jet Force Gemini, another one I played in my teenage years, and I never finished it, so this would be something wonderful to play. I think I got stuck at some point and I couldn't remember where to go, and then I just kind of gave up and just left it alone, you know, because there weren't too many internet guides yet, so just kind of left it there. Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards, because you always need your Kirby games on the system, and I mean, I'm not as huge a fan of Kirby, but I do enjoy the series, so I try to pick them up when I can. My favorite series of all time, The Legend of Zelda, and we have two, Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. And my favorite one out of the two is Ocarina of Time for sure. I never could get into Majora's Mask, and I don't know, I know it was a little darker and I found it a little weird and odd, so I didn't really ever play through it, but maybe I can just go through it and give it a go. We'll see. And next we have Mischief Makers. I did not have this, and I wound up just going through a bunch of YouTube videos, and this was a recommendation, and I picked it up. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon, I think is how you say his name. I have no idea, but this is another one that I grabbed. At that time it was cheap. Now it's kind of ridiculous just for the cart, but just one that I wanted to grab, because I heard a lot of people say that they loved it, so there it is. And definitely another favorite in the series, Paper Mario. I absolutely adore the Paper Mario series. I think I'm going to be starting the GameCube version on my channel very soon, so stay tuned for that if you are a Paper Mario fan. Perfect Dark. I don't remember ever playing like the main story of this game. I remember playing this with my brother, but I think it was more like the team deathmatch stuff or something to that point. Or that effect, I think. It's been so long though, so I have to check this out and see what it was, but I'm pretty sure that I did not play through the story mode of this game, which is strange, I know. Pilot Wings 64. This is another one that, well, most of the time I played it on the Super Nintendo, so I did get the 64 version though, just because, I mean, it's a pretty fun game, so I grabbed it. And here we have Quest 64. One I did not play growing up, but I decided to grab it because I heard it was a pretty decent RPG, so something else that I need to go and play through, kind of like most of my backlog, but eventually we'll get to this. Alright, down to the few left. So, next, Rayman 2, The Great Escape. I've never played a Rayman game, ever. I have a few in my collection, and I really need to get on it because it looks like a really decent platforming game, and from what people say, they really do enjoy the Rayman series, so I need to jump on it and actually check it out for myself and see how good of a platforming game it is. Star Fox 64, by far my most favorite Star Fox game ever. Yes, I did play the Super Nintendo version, but when this version came out on the 64, my little mind was blown, and I absolutely loved it. I played this game to death. Absolutely love Star Fox. Speaking of games I've played to death, Super Mario 64. Absolutely loved this game as a teenager. Played it tons and tons and tons. And I do have a series on my channel right now. I am replaying the Super Mario series here. Just trying to see if I can actually beat the game, you know, 20 plus years later. So check out my channel there. I'll put a little link in the description or a card where you can check out my series and see how it's going. Alright, Super Smash Bros. Spent tons and tons and tons of time playing this with my siblings. Definitely had a sibling rivalry going there. But we still always played it together, even though we made each other mad. But definitely love this, and I can't believe the Smash Bros. Series now, how many characters are in it. This has like maybe, I think it was like 10 or 12, like it was so few characters, and now it's like mind-blowing how many characters are in this game. Tetrasphere, because I do love my puzzle games, so this sounded odd, and I like Tetris, so I said why not, and I picked it up. And the final game in my series here, or in my stack, is Yoshi's Story. I have not played this. So I have absolutely no idea what it's about. I want to say it's kind of like a Yoshi's Island, but I'm not entirely sure. So this is one that I definitely have to play and give it a go, and maybe we'll do a Let's Play of that one too. Alright, there you have my Nintendo 64 collection there, and as you can see, it's just all cartridges. I don't collect the big box stuff for the N64. It is really expensive, so they just kind of hang out in these little protectors. But that's what I have so far, and if you have any recommendations of games that you love to play, and anything that you love to see on my channel, any just gameplay footage, or actually Let's Plays, let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.